What the heck is going on with the post office, and what can we do about it? Hey, it's Don. Let's talk about the post office and what is going on with them right this very second. Before we get into this, I do want to say how thankful and grateful I am for those who work at the post office. It's a never-ending job, and it's basically thankless with not a huge opportunity to grow. They do a phenomenal job. For the most part, everything gets delivered within a certain time frame. I maybe lose one package at the very most every year or two, and that is it. And that's pretty darn good odds for what I do. Now, what's going on now? There's a lot of things going on with the post office. One of the big ones is someone new is in charge, and they pretty much cut out all forms of overtime. Meaning that if something isn't to a specific spot or loaded on a truck, it's done, and they send the truck off without certain days worth of mail in. If an employee isn't finished with their route, they stop at the end of their shift. No overtime. So that means there's delays happening across the board, pretty much all over the place. Now, if it's a distribution hub, it does appear that they are removing some sorting machines that will further complicate things. Now, I'm not here to make accusations or point fingers. I don't really care about the who, what, where, when, how, or any of that stuff. It's happening, and we need to navigate around it. We're going towards fourth quarter now, so the biggest, most important thing is to make sure that you're covered for fourth quarter. Now, a lot of the issues that I see seem to be tied to distribution centers and the fact that they've removed equipment from many of these. Now, the post office has been running in debt for years, losing billions of dollars a year. Mail has dropped, believe it or not. I know a lot of people think that's hard to believe, but with the advent of email and texts and such forth, the average amount of mail has dropped steadily year by year by year, and they still need a certain percentage of people, a certain percentage of facilities to handle any form of mail. It would be just basically the bare minimum staff is what they run to keep even small amounts of mail going, just because you have to have some sort of infrastructure around there all the time. This goes for any business. This is just standard business procedure. So they've been trying with a new person in charge of the post office to lower the cost and bring that more in line. There's other ways to do it. I'm not here again to pick or poke or anything else like that. What can we do about it? Fourth quarter is your busiest year. Right now, if we're having issues, it's summer. The pandemic may not be as strong as it could be in the fall. There'll be more packages going out in the fall probably with fourth quarter, Christmas, and the whole works. So it could be even more of an issue if there's any form of delays or anything like that with the post office. Now, one thing I always talk about is having backups for anything that you are doing, and that includes shipping your packages. I have accounts with Airborne, UPS, FedEx, and the whole works. There's a few other smaller companies that we have, accounts set up with as well, including an overseas company. It's always a plus to have these. They're free for the most part. As long as you have a business license and a tax ID, you can pretty much get any of these. In some cases, you may have to get a bank account or something like that for your business to handle bills and things like that too. You don't necessarily have to for most of them, but if you're doing high volume, you may want to look into that, and it may be more helpful. Now, if you're going to be going through a service or look into another one, you need to give them some certain figures, such as how many packages a day you have going out, which services you generally use, the average weights, and things like that. They'll give you a specific business rate based on your volume that you are doing. Now, many of you may not have a super high volume, but even if you don't have a high volume, in most cases, the heavier weight packages, 5 pounds, 10 pounds, 20 pounds, are much cheaper using other services than the post office, such as UPS. Usually, I'll send almost any heavyweight package through UPS. If you do FBA with Amazon, chances are you already know about the UPS's package rate for big, heavy pound boxes and things like that. So that's usually what I look at, depending on the weight. Now, it's another option you can add into your customers as well. Again, UPS, FedEx, and Airborne would be the other three that I would honestly recommend all of you going out and setting up an account with now, before it gets busier, before there could be an issue. If for some reason Congress doesn't help out the post office with extra funds to help them through these times, it may not be able to fulfill the package delivery dates or anything else for the packages that will be going out in fourth quarter. And for me, that is key. As some of you do know, in some cases, eBay is forcing you to refund items even when a package is stuck somewhere in shipping. And I would hate to have that happen during Christmas. What most everybody is going to want for fourth quarter, even if it costs a little more money going through UPS for some items, they want to guarantee that it's going to get there within a certain length of time. And with the post office right now in the current situation, I don't know how much longer we can guarantee that that's going to keep going, especially if the pandemic does get worse from here. Again, there's no extra cost. It'll take you about 10 minutes to set up any one of these accounts. You'll probably get somebody calling you after you do it and wanting to offer further service, trying to get some information what you didn't fill out on the online applications for this. It's pretty much immediate. If you sign up for one right now, in just a few minutes from then, you'll be able to ship out through that means. And again, you can hook it up on eBay. So it's not a huge ordeal for most all of those. All those sites, too, as well, can be used on most any other platform, as well as on Shopify and other features like that. So, again, these are universally accepted ways of shipping. There's nothing wrong with having backups. You should have backups. Now, a lot of people have been asking me and questioning whether the post office is going to shutter, whether it's going to go under because of the financial situation. The post office is relied on by retirees, veterans, and many other people for medications. It's not just for delivering packages. Healthcare services are handled through the post office as well, and many people in rural areas rely on those services specifically. They can get food that way and all sorts of other items. For some people, it's the only way that they can get some of these items if they live out in the country somewhere. They're older, they're elderly, they may not want to venture into a store to get one bottle or to get groceries. A lot of this stuff is delivered. Again, some of it's delivered through the post office. So I just don't see that people are going to be happy with the post office going under. Everybody wants them to make money. Nobody wants the post office to lose us money every year. Of course, that's the case. Again, I'm not putting a blame on who, what, where again. I don't really care. It's not the point. It doesn't benefit my business worrying about who did it, how it was done, or what they're doing. All I care about at this point is fixing it for my business so I can move forward with it. We do a large volume of shipping, and it's key. Fourth quarter, again, don't wait till fourth quarter until something is happening to address this issue. You should be doing it right now before fourth quarter starts. What happens if you think everything's going to be fine? You get into fourth quarter, something's down, mail's not going out, and the backup to get signed up for UPS is just horrendous because now everybody knows they have to get some sort of service. Always cover yourself. It's extremely important to have backups on everything. And in many cases, people would prefer to have UPS or Airborne depending on where it's going and what the item is because of how they handle things. Whenever I ship through Airborne, UPS, or FedEx, I always get immediate confirmation of delivery that it was delivered somewhere. As long as those delivery numbers state that it was delivered, again, just like on eBay with the post office, you are covered. You are free and clear, so it's not your responsibility, regardless of the service that you are using. Again, you will find, if you check into this on many items, that it will be the same price or even cheaper going through another service. Now, again, I don't blame anybody who works at the post office on a day-to-day basis. The people deliver and drive our mail around. It's not their decisions on what happens. I know most of the people, I'm very thankful for them working at the post office because my mail people, everybody who delivers my mail, does due diligence to make sure that it arrives in good condition. They always point out things. They let me know what's going on. They fix stuff for me and the whole works. So I do give my respect to those folks who do deliver our mail, as we all should. Now, if you look at the amount of packages, just say I have delivered every single year. To have a package disappear every year or two is not a huge factor. That's a very small percentage. Now, even going to a restaurant or a retail establishment, when you're grading these places, none of them get 100% on anything. It's maybe 95 to 97, 98%. 100% is really hard to get in many of those types of establishments, especially restaurants. So relate it to that. Their odds, their percentage is so much higher than even a grocery store's customer satisfaction. Obviously, most any restaurants, retail establishments, and the whole works. So look at it from that aspect. It's not always the postal employees are bad and they don't care. There's many other key factors. The people who are running it are setting the rules, the regulations, and are telling everybody how to do everything. So But that's what I have for you today. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, please hit that like button down below. You can also hit the bell icon to be notified if I post new content or go live. Subscribe and tell all your friends.
Hello, my friend, how do you do? We hope you have a moment or two to listen to what we have to say to each and every one of you.
It concerns our postal system.
Our lifetime friends, as all of you know, they've never failed us through the years, through driving rain, sleet or snow.
But now they've got a problem.
And what are they to do? The answer, my friend, is very simple. It's up to you to see them through.
Well, back in the days of the 13 colonies, cry was freedom and how to defend it. Mailing a letter wasn't much trouble.
There weren't too many places to send it.
But now it's a different story.
They've got more mail than ever before.
It's stuffed in bags, stacked on shelves.
There's hardly room for anything more.
There's been a mail explosion.
They've got a terrible load. You've got to help them right away before you